Work together for world peace or deceive everyone for ultimate power. This is our preview of The Last Summit. This game walks a fine line between being cooperative or being a traitor game, and it ends up being a lot of fun. We'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play. The Last Summit is played over a series of rounds, with each round having 4 phases.
The goal of each round is to either fund issues or move an issue token into the gray area of the board.
At the start of each round, one player becomes the speaker, and they will have extra responsibilities that round.
During the rumor and agenda phase, the speaker draws a card for the rumor and then decides on the topic for the agenda.
During the player actions phase, players take turns performing one of several actions.
During the headline phase, either the agenda or the rumor will be the headline, and that issue will either move positive or negative along the board.
During the VIPs phase, VIPs will be handed out. One to the speaker if the agenda became the headline, and one to a player voted on by the other players.
Once the last VIP token is taken from the board, the game ends. If all the issues are funded and in the gray area, congrats, it's world peace and everyone wins.
However, if even one issue is outside of the gray, there's a possibility of a tyrant, and the player with the most resources on their cards on the issue furthest from 0 wins.
If there's no world peace and a tyrant can't be named, then everyone loses. We were given a copy of The Last Summit so that we could do this preview video.
If you'd like to find out more information or back it on Kickstarter, check out the links in our description below.
And before you go chasing world peace, hit that subscribe button. Your likes and subscribes really help our channel grow.
We met the creator of The Last Summit, John Haig, at Gen Con last year when we were in the First Exposure Playtest Hall. He was about 1 or 2 tables away from us, and he was playtesting, and we were watching him a little bit, and we're like, oh, that looks interesting. And then when we started talking with him, and we found out it's a co-op game, which we're like, co-op. And then he's like, but you can also turn it into a traitor game if you choose to, because it's all about you deciding at the last minute or somewhere in the game that, yes, I'm gonna be the traitor in this game. Just wait, bide your time, and then last second, move one of the issues, have the most resources, and you win, and everybody else loses.
Yeah, I really enjoyed hearing about that concept, right? Because most like hidden identity or deduction games, like you start off with a hidden role and automatically you know you're the bad guy. In this one, we're all good and we all want to win.
But are we all good?
What I like it introduces is like, oh, well, I know Lee like is always going to be the traitor, so everyone watch out for him. And it's like, I wasn't planning on it, but now I'm going to do it. That option's always like, I don't know, it just sounds pretty fun to me. That's what I really liked about this game.
If you're a type of gamer that likes co-op games, then you just play as a co-op game. It is still a lot of fun. There's a lot of strategy. It's more difficult the fewer players you have because fewer cards will get played each round. If you're playing a lower player count game, it might be hard to get all the issues into the center and get all the issues funded because both things need to happen in order to achieve world peace. However, if you know that you're going to be the traitor in the end, you may not always be trying to get everything funded. You may not always be trying to get everything in the gray, make all your citizens happy. So I really like the dynamics that are going against each other while you're playing this game.
You know, I will admit, when we were talking to the creator at Gen Con and he was building it up like it's cooperative and then it can be a traitor game, I don't know what I was building up in my head, but this, you know, now that I've played it and it's the summit and there's issues that we're trying to fund, I'm like, oh, I get it. I was thinking more like maybe you're at the top of a mountain and there's like a creature. Like I was thinking that kind of summit. However, I did have a lot of fun playing once I kind of readjusted the image in my mind.
Yes, it's a political summit. Everyone's getting together to discuss issues for your country that's on the brink of not having world peace. So that's what the Last Summit is. There aren't a whole lot of components to this game. It all fits in this handy dandy little tube here, but there's so much going on that it doesn't need a lot of components. So it doesn't take up that much table space. All the fun and all the excitement happens while you're interacting with each other and while you're watching to see if the issues will get funded, if they'll make it to the gray, if they go to crisis. Lots of things can happen even with the limited amount of components that are in the game.
Overall, after the whole theming readjustment in my head, I had a lot of fun playing this game, right? Because we're trying to fund certain things, but then in the back of my mind, it was always like, I could be evil now. Wait, is this where I can be evil? So it was fun learning the game, but then once I learned it, it was like, okay, I could be evil here, but no. And then you can talk to the other players too. You're like, come on, man, don't do it. Like, just please. Almost how I imagine a political summit could happen to you. Like, come on, please, don't do it. Come on.
Overall, I really enjoyed this game. We're not huge co-op fans, but it's still kind of a fun co-op game because everyone's playing cards and trying to help move the issues along. But then it's also a trader game. And at the very end, or somewhere in the middle, you can kind of decide, oh, you know what? I'm kind of positioning myself here to be a trader. And in one of the games that we played, I actually had several VIP tokens at the end, and people voted for me to get a VIP token at the end. And they're like, oh, I'll give it to Kenny. He's trying to make it a co-op game. He's got to make sure it ends in the middle. And I'm thinking, am I? Yeah. So I kind of like those dynamics that come out while you're playing. So if you're looking for a game that has all of those mechanics of being a co-op, but also kind of a hidden trader game kind of a thing, then you should definitely check out The Last Summit on Kickstarter. And that was our preview of The Last Summit.
What'd you think? Are you ready to step into the political arena? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you'd like to find out more information or back The Last Summit on Kickstarter, check out the links in our description below. And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. And go party like a board gamer.